So when that $3 million bag was supposed to come through,
I'm saying that 30 million. I'm
30
talking about,
million,
I'm
I'm
talking
sorry.
about this down the line when niggas know how to learn how to work together and don't have to. I want to live rent free for the rest of my life, nigga, off the first check we get.
so one of the things that were in talks was some of the guests had to kind of pay to come to the show.
I mean, now they a nigga that ain't trending, why not? Of course, the show.
Matt
popping.
Hoffa was mad about the fact that he was getting money off of that as well, where I felt like that was perfectly fine due to the fact that if you're not exactly paying me, I have to find a way to get paid some way. I can't knock a man's hustle for that. That's another thing I did not agree with Matt Hoffa. You can't get mad at the guy for bringing in guests and having them pay to be on the show. You never know that he might that guest might have been on a run, and you got to pay for promotion. So since we have so many amount of views that we do weekly, it's cool for this person to pay $15,000 to $3,000, $5,000 to come to the show. One is nothing for them, and then number two, they're on a press run anyway, so why not? They're gonna do the same thing with other ventures.
I mean, you had the baby on there, and I'm pretty sure the baby didn't. I'm pretty sure them niggas were like, we gotta go get the baby.
That's questionable.
I mean, why? Nobody else is checking for the baby.
Well, the baby's on a press run, so it goes again to
He
my
on
whole.
other platforms.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he had just come off of $1 million. He came off of something else as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was he's on the academic show.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he was on $1 million worth of game, and then he was there as well. Like he's been popping up a little bit lately to explain certain things. He dropped the album. I don't know if it's how it's doing exactly, but you know, so people can build up that that buzz for him to start getting shows. He's got to buy one get one free tickets, and you know what I'm saying. So you're gonna need some press run. You know what I mean? So
Didn't he just damn? So he fizzled out that fast.
fizzled out that fast. Even Rory on the Rory and Ball show, Drake and 21 Savage were featured on there during the press run. So it's it makes sense to me. I understand why SO wants to get paid for that.
Yeah, but he was on My Expert Opinion like 2 months after his album came out.
Yeah, man.
So what I'm saying is
He doesn't have such
how
a
your
good
press run is supposed to overlap your album drop.
Me personally, if I'm not doing so well, I'm going to do a press run before, during, and after the album drops, because I'm gonna want to stay in people's faces. I think that was one of the better things we saw Rockefeller do back in the days. The radio, every radio station, every blog had Rockefeller in it somehow. They were in almost every single magazine. They were everywhere. You saw Jay-Z, you saw State Property, you saw Memphis Bleak, you saw Dipset. You saw them everywhere. That's what worked for Jay-Z very well as far as rock. We saw Dame Dash on the cover of certain things. It worked very well for Rockefeller because
But them niggas
they
was
were
on
everywhere.
tour though.
But they weren't just on tour. They had those
They
were
had
press
movies.
runs.
What up, man? This nigga ain't on no goddamn press run.
You talking about the baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a podcast on the newer
Man, that
press
nigga,
runs.
you just named 3 things this nigga was on, man. The 21 Savage nigga was on NPR talking about they doing a table talk concert.
Right.
Them niggas on a lot of shit.
Yeah, but the baby is not 21 Savage and Drake.
The baby is not nobody right now if he doing buy one get one free tickets.
But how will we know unless it's a press run? We gonna have to know somehow. You know what I'm saying? We go to the box office like, oh shit, 21 Savage in the house. Oh
So
damn, this nigga got to buy one get one free
Right.
tickets.
His album dropped.
I'm about to buy me and all the clicks.
His album dropped. You telling me his album dropped? He didn't want even talking about his album.
Because nobody was talking about his album. He needed somebody to talk about his album.
Nobody was.
I
talking
don't
about
know what his album is called. I
I
don't
know
know.
it dropped on the 23rd of September, and you was on My Expert Opinion November 14th.
That's bad. That's bad. Like,
That's a press.
how do you stay relevant?
That's a press walk.
And then when he was on My Expert Opinion, but he was on My Expert Opinion, you could tell he wanted all the smoke with Math, because he thought Math was gonna talk about the snitching thing. Instead, Math switched it up on him and said, "Did you snitch on Megan Thee Stallion?" And I was like, "Oh, I see what you did there, Math. I see what you did there." But he definitely wanted to say, "Oh, so what you trying to say?" He was basically getting there, like, "So what you trying to say?" Like, kind of moment to Math Hoffa, like, don't be indirect about it. Say what you need to say. Like, he was gonna talk about what happened in that interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot hide the fact that the industry ain't fucking with you no more because of what happened in that interrogation room, man. Like,
do you think that's what it is?
I think that's exactly what it is. Because once that came out, nobody was talking. I mean, the LGBTQ thing, but people were still fucking with him. But when that dropped, everybody, I saw a whole bunch of this in the comments. That's what I saw in the comments, man. They called this nigga First 48. They called this nigga a lot of shit. You can't deny that fact. I want to say this just to you right here. If you got like that with Math Hoffa, and I came to interview you, and I said, "Yo, what happened in that interview room, bro?"
You gonna want to fight.
He gonna want to fight because he was about to try to fight. You could tell he was getting there with Math Hoffa. He get up. He's like, "Oh, okay, I see what you did there. Give him a 5, all that. Nobody went to jail over it." Like, niggas could possibly go to jail for the shit that happened. You know, when you
Tell them what that.
No, I'm gonna say it in your words. When them niggas stole that truck. When they got in there and stole that truck. Now, don't get me wrong, man. A man lost his life, man. And
I ain't know that.
yeah, man. If I'm not mistaken, a man lost his life. One of the bodyguards or something like that. So I do not want to joke on that. But when you are partial to the streets, there's certain codes you vow to take. You know what I'm saying? If you're not partial to the streets, by any means, it is what it is. And me personally, I think that you are. I don't think that you should have came out with music that says I'm the streets. You know what I'm saying? I understand you come from a place where you have to be street. You got MC Hammer. Everybody knows that MC Hammer has a rules with an iron fist, but he was in baggy pants like you were in diapers. Talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's too legit to quit.
That was a red flag though. Anyway,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Pac was diapers too, so I don't know.
Hey, listen. At least Pac maintained. You know, maybe you gotta go shoot 2 off duty. No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
No, don't do that.
We do not promote violence, but shout out to what Pac did because he actually saved somebody's life.
I mean, the fucked up thing was, so in Indianapolis, Indiana, it was a neighborhood, and they bought a bunch of the baby tickets. And on Halloween, they put the tickets on the porch with the candy, and it's reported that nobody took the tickets, everybody took candy.
Who did that?
It was in Indianapolis.
So basically, the good thing about that is you still got your bag. You still got your bag. You still got the ticket sold. You know, nobody popped out, but at least you got your bag from that, man. I don't think you're gonna get a reoccurring bag from that, but at least you got a bag from it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was the 5 bands that you spent on the show. My expert opinion. Maybe you took them that by 5 bands.
It's gonna take. I think that the baby should beat somebody else up in the jewelry store. Get back in that interrogation room and say, "I ain't telling you shit." Yeah.
That shit got me thinking, man. Like, is that the reason why he keeps shooting niggas to let niggas know he about that life? It got me wanting to think like
this
somebody
to prepare for this shit early.
Yeah, like because you know somebody hopped his fence and he ended up shooting him, defending his house, which I definitely respect. But was that a friend? Did y'all stage that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They got on the baby ass, man. The baby been fucked up for the whole year, man. First COVID, then COVID didn't hit, then you back out here, you try to get your money. You got a whole baby mama that with your baby mama. You got a lot of wild shit going on.
Hold on, we got a baby mama that ain't his baby mama.
That he didn't have. He remember the girl he put out. He was on his high horse.
Yeah. Danny Lee.
Yeah,
Lee, whatever.
yeah. Now he can't even probably feed.
Man, I think he's set enough to be able to pay. You know what I'm saying? I do think it was a horrible look
So you
for
think
Fab to
you think
be
he
in the
rich as
video
hell?
with your baby mama. I think he's rich enough. I think he's rich enough to pay. I think he also is still in a position to downgrade his life to still live a good life. You see what I'm saying?
What do you think is over for this rap shit?
I definitely think it's over for this rap shit, bro. I think he needs to do.
Do something else, Frank.
I think he needs to do this, man. He
Come
needs to
work for
go
me, man.
re-raise a generation of kids. I saw this the other day. The guy was, a kid was actually at school, had the camera out, and the baby walks by solo dolo. Right? First of all, I said to myself, damn, the baby's walking outside of the school solo dolo. He ain't got no protection around him. I laughed about that a little bit because everybody knows schools get shot up all the time, so you ain't safe at a school either. That's number one.
Yeah, I don't think he was at the school.
No, he was at the school. And
His kids go there?
that part I don't know.
What the fuck is he just at the school?
He was at the school. The kid recorded it like, oh, that's the baby. And, he was in the window. The baby waved
He
back.
was walking right.
And it gave me a good idea. Maybe he thought about it first. You know how, like, inside of the school, you got, like, a branch right here, and inside of that, those two branches is a door, and there's a sidewalk leading out of it. He was walking out of one of those.
I mean, even with security, he can only bring people to fight people because you can't bring a gun into the school.
True, very, very, very true. But it gave me an idea. Maybe you should rebrand yourself and start doing, like,
Gospel shows.
concerts at schools and stuff like that so you can get accepted and raise a younger generation to come back out and buy your shit, because it's always worked in the hip-hop community to go do school shows and get accustomed to it, but you can't rap the same lyrics that you've been rapping, bro. You need that MC Hammer moment, bro. You need I believe I can fly. That's what you need. You need something like that.
I think he got the flow for it.
I definitely do. He's still young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So